Hello everyone, myself Soni Saxena is here with a new topic, Water Resources, a chapter of class 12th Geography. So in this topic, Water Resources, we will be studying about water resources of India, surface water resources, groundwater resources, lagoons and backwaters, water demand and utilization, water demand for irrigation, then deterioration of water quality. We will be also discussing about water conservation and management, prevention of water pollution, as well as we will be discussing a topic here, watershed management, rainwater harvesting in this water resources chapter. So let's start water resources. Water resources of India. Children, as you know that India accounts for about 2.45% of world's surface area, 4% of world water resources and about 16% of world population. A very small proportion is of human use. You know that total water available from precipitation is about 4,000 cubic kilometer. Surface water and groundwater is about 1869 cubic kilometer, and of this only 60% can be put to use. Children, can you see this? 71% Earth's surface, it is covered by water, but out of that only 3% fresh water is of use. Surface water resources. Four major sources of surface water. They are rivers, lakes, ponds and tanks. An estimated mean annual flow is 1869 cubic kilometer. Of this, due to topographical and other constraints, only 690 cubic kilometer of the surface water can be used. Children, you know that although Ganga, Brahmaputra and the Indus River, they account for 1/3 of the total area of the country. But then too, they have 60% of surface water resources. Most of the southern rivers have been harnessed through. It is yet to be done for Ganga and Brahmaputra basins. Groundwater resources. Water which percolates down and flow as subsurface water is groundwater. Groundwater, that is also known as underground water. Total replenishable groundwater resources is about 432 cubic kilometer. Ganga and Brahmaputra basins have about 46% of the total replenishable groundwater resources. Groundwater utilization is high in the river basins lying in north-western region and parts of South India and in the states of Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan and Tamil Nadu, states of Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Kerala. They utilizes less of it. Moderate use is in Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Tripura, Maharashtra and many more. Lagoons and backwaters. A number of lagoons and lakes have formed along the indented coastline of India. Kerala, Orissa and West Bengal, they have vast surface water resources in these water bodies and is used for fishing, irrigation and many other purposes. Water demand and utilization. To fuel this growing population in our agrarian economy, Many development of irrigation and multi-purpose projects have been taken up like Bhakra Nangal, Sardar Sarovar, Chambal Valley, Damodar Valley, etc. India's water demand is dominated by irrigational needs. Agriculture accounts for 89% of surface water and 92% of groundwater utilization, while for industrial sector it is 2% and 85% respectively. Domestic sector utilizes more of surface water, that is 9%, than underground water, that is 3%. So here you can see sectoral uses of surface water and groundwater. Demand of water for irrigation. Irrigation, children, you know, it is needed. Why? Why? Because of spatio-temporal variability in rainfall in India. Large areas are dry and they have deficient rainfall and drought prone. Also winter and summer season, they are mostly dry in most of the parts of our country. So irrigation is essential for farming. We have also reasons like erratic or break-in monsoon, which requires irrigation in the rainier parts as well. Water-intensive crops, which require more water. Irrigation, it also makes multiple cropping possible. Irrigated areas have higher productivity. HYV seeds, high yield variety seeds, require assured water supply for optimum production. To increase production of crops, to feed the growing population, irrigation is necessary to grow crops throughout the year, even in the dry season. Punjab, Haryana, Western UP, they have less than 85% of net sown area under irrigation. In Punjab, 76% and Haryana 51% is irrigated through wells and tube wells, ultimately leading to groundwater depletion in these states. Over withdrawal in states of Rajasthan and Maharashtra has increased fluoride concentration in groundwater, that is, increased arsenic concentration in West Bengal. Emerging water problems. With increase in population, both demand and per capita availability are getting affected. Demand is increasing while availability is decreasing. Increasing pollution of groundwater through industrial effluents, agricultural pesticides, domestic sewage, also limiting the availability of usable water resources. Deterioration of water quality. Water quality refers to purity of water without unwanted foreign substances. It gets polluted by foreign, that is toxic substances, matters which make it unfit for human use, as well as adversely affect the aquatic systems and sometimes deep and affect groundwater. Water conservation and management. It is imperative to efficiently conserve and manage the increasing demand for fresh water and its declining availability. Besides developing various water saving technologies and methods, efforts should be made to prevent pollution. Watershed development, rainwater harvesting, water recycling, reuse and other methods should be adopted for supply in the long run. Prevention of water pollution. How to prevent water pollution? Available water resources and degrading rapidly. Pure water quality is retained in less populated areas. In plains, it is used. intensively for domestic, agricultural, industrial purposes, which ultimately creates different pollutants. The Central Pollution Control Board, in collaboration with State Pollution Control Board, monitors water quality of national aquatic resources at 507 stations. Their data reveal that major pollutants are organic and bacterial contamination, toxic metals, fluoride and nitrates, along with agricultural, domestic and other industrial influence. Polluted rivers: Yamuna, Sabarmati, Gomti, Vegai, Musi, Ganga. Measures: legislative provision is Water Act 1974 and Environment Protection Act 1986 were enforced, though not implemented effectively. Seas Act 1977, it meant to reduce pollution, also it was ineffective. Need is there to generate public awareness about importance of water and impacts of water pollution. Only public participation can help reduce pollution. Recycle and reuse of water. To improve freshwater availability, it is imperative to promote recycle and reuse of water. Use of lesser quality water, like we have the example of reclaimed wastewater, it should be an attractive option for industrial cooling purpose, firefighting, etc. In urban areas, used domestic water can be used for gardening. This will ensure better quality water for drinking and cooking. There is enormous scope for replenishing water through recycling. Watershed management. It is efficient management and conservation of surface and groundwater resources by preventing runoff and storing and recharging groundwater. Objective of watershed management, that is conservation, regeneration, judicious use of all resources like land, water, plants and animals as well as humans in a watershed. Maintaining balance between natural resource and society. It's also objective for community participation in the projects. There we have central and state government programs which include Haryali, Neeru Meeru, Arwari, Pani Sansad. Rainwater harvesting. This is a method to capture and store rainwater for various purposes. It is also used to recharge groundwater aquifers. A low-cost, eco-friendly technique for preserving every drop of water by guiding rainwater to bore wells, pits and wells. It increases water availability. It also checks declining groundwater table. It is also used for improving the quality of groundwater through dilution of contaminants. It also prevents soil erosion and flooding. This rainwater harvesting arrests salt water intrusion. It is an old technique to preserve rainwater through surface storage like lakes, ponds, tanks, etc. In Rajasthan, they are also known as Kund or Tanka. So here, these are the methods of rainwater harvesting.